Hello, you're watching Afternoon X, and today let's talk about a recently finished airing Chinese contemporary drama, 问心, The Heart. This is a 38-episode contemporary drama that has finished airing on the platform Tencent plus CCTV, satellite television. It is directed by Li Zhi, written by Zhou Yifei, led by 赵又廷、毛晓彤、金世佳、陈冲、陈浩宇. Plus, there are many guest stars such as Feng Qingzhuo and Zhou Yutong. This drama was shot from July to November 2022, mostly in the city Qingdao, and as the title suggests, asking the heart, more specifically represented by the two doctors' characters in this drama. Zhao Youting playing the character Zhou Xiaofeng, physician in the cardiology department. Jin Shijia playing the character Lin Yi, who is a cardiac surgeon. As for Mao Xiaotong playing the character Fang Xiaoyuan, she is also a doctor of this hospital, specialized in ICU care. Most of the stories and conflicts and dramatic stuff happen around them, and from them ripples out supporting doctors, supporting nurses, their stories, and then patients' relationship with doctors, patients' relationship with their own relatives and families, the medical care situation in China, and then the ultimate big question, life and death. In that sense, this drama has nothing special because it follows that very expected structure of most of the medical dramas in this world. But this is a special drama. It is the first 3 gold mine contemporary medical drama from Chinese Dramaland that I have rated. So in this review, I'm gonna sound very much like I got bought off by this production, which is not true. There's really very little that I can complain about this drama. Based on all the experiences I've had with Chinese drama and with this particular genre, also based on my mother's opinion. Like I said earlier in one of my weekly videos before this drama aired, I said I'm gonna force my mother to watch it. And I didn't force her. She actually found it herself on CCTV and immediately pulled my father into watching it together. So we were actually traveling in a hotel in Shanghai and Suzhou when we are not out about doing businesses with relatives. They were in a hotel room watching the drama. I didn't even have to prompt them to do it. My mother said it's a pretty good medical drama because she's a cardiologist, both on the professional side of taking care of the patients, the problems that you can have with hearts, all types, what kind of treatment you should give. So she is actually making live diagnosis while she's watching drama. She's like, oh, that patient should get this, this, this. But then to do more with the complicated human relationship between doctors, between leaders and subordinates, between patients and doctors, she's even more intrigued about that. And, you know, overall, she's very, very happy. So my mother says it's good, therefore it is good till the end of time. Now let's get into the detail part, and I really have nothing to complain about it, so it's all gonna be very positive points. This is a very well-made dramatic story with a good level of professional work that's been put on camera, depicting the works of the doctors. It's grounded and realistic enough, but it has its idealism with overall very good performances from pretty much every actor and actress, and all original voice. First, let's talk about a little bit of the background information about this production. This is an original script production. The writer actually spent over a year's time doing field studies, consulting over 100 professional doctors. Eventually, the director came down to 3 constant on-call doctors who he finds is easy to communicate with, having a great interest, and really love the job of being a consultant. So they would come across a situation like, we need to write dramatically a plot of a patient who has this and this condition, and then at a certain point of their whole procedure of getting treated, they need to run into certain problems. They would give that to the doctors, and doctors would have to go and figure out exactly what medical condition they could end up in that will make the dramatic plot work, but also making sense. And the writing of the script actually took over 2 years. Finally, when they start rolling the camera, they're still refining it. So the script pretty much got finished by the time they actually finished shooting the whole drama. They casted the actors and actresses they find are suitable for the roles, but also the actors and actresses themselves are highly interested in the project. And then the main actors got hushed into a real hospital and got trained in everything that they would basically need to do on camera for a month. Although, unfortunately, a lot of those close-up shots didn't happen in this drama due to it looks too bloody and it actually gets masked out. And like the director said, a lot of those stitching shots were actually shot and they pan the camera up from that to the actor's face and stay on the actor's face. While that is happening, that hand is still stitching. So he said only 10% of what actually the actors did ended up in the final cut. Pretty much from episode 1, when I started watching this drama, I noticed one thing that I highly appreciate because it looks so much like a real hospital, not the super modern, clean, and way too sci-fi hospitals you see in a lot of other hospital dramas. Because this drama uses parts of real hospital in operation, and they shot there for about a month. And then they moved to a set which is completely built and over 8,000 square meters in size, where the corridors with floor-length windows that look into a garden where GICU is in this drama are completely built set so that it can move around easily. But then they consulted real hospitals sizes and then didn't make it posher, bigger. For the ease of operation of camera, they try to make it as real as possible. So although the set is built, it's seamless with the real hospital, you really wouldn't be able to tell it's actually two parts. And it looks actually old and used at least for 2 decades. Apart from the hospital set, they also built a couple of important sets for a couple of important main characters' home, specific to their family conditions, who are living in that space, why the space looks crowded or old or having certain things. It makes perfect sense for the character, particularly Lin Yi, played by Jin Shijia, his home, because he lives with his older brother and his nephew, while that set is immediately recognizable because I've lived in that similar space. It does not look like a made-up set at all, and it doesn't get beautified, and it just adds so much weight. You can really tell that this crew wanted to make a story that does justice to the profession they're describing and can be looked back on, say a decade or 2 later, still be appreciated as a high-quality production. Now I want to talk about mainly 3 points that I think can be called the points of interest of this drama. What makes this drama really watchable, really interesting, really exciting for you as an audience? Point number 1, this is a very qualified, very dramatic, and very page-turning in its own way medical drama. If you like this type of constant threat of life and death, solving problems, ups and downs, and a lot of personal stories of people who endure a lot of difficulties and how they overcome it or not overcome it, all that comes with a medical drama, you should go and watch this one. The director in one of the interviews said a lot of medical dramas would only focus on surgical departments because that's exciting. That's the part that's most life and death, and it's easy to create very strong dramatic tension. This drama does it, but it adds a lot more onto it. It puts focus also on ICU and care after surgery, as that's actually really important in real life. If you don't do that properly, all the hard work you've done in surgery will be for nothing. Also, the cardiology department, which doesn't do the often very bloody and epic surgeries, but they have their own ways of figuring out things and are actually essential to medical profession and care, which is what my mother did for her whole life. That also gets a lot of focus and screen time. So this is a drama that is rare in Dramaland, where it focuses both on the physician side of work and also the surgical side of work, and also the post-surgery care side of work. And on top of that, there will be plenty of office bureaucracy, politics, and the not so bright side of being a professional medical care person in China. So overall, this is a full palette, everything included medical drama that you really don't see in other Chinese dramas. Number 2, the characters and the actors portraying them. The definitive 3 leads are Zhao Youting, Jin Shijia, Mao Xiaotong. Between these 3 characters, they have a very interesting dynamic and very shippable relationship. Zhao Youting and Jin Shijia's role start as enemies with quotation mark. One is a very matured, very quiet, very responsible, and sometimes just task himself too hard to please everyone and finding it hard to relate to people and express his emotion, that type of role. The other is a person who initially would appear to be slightly annoying and too rushing and too hot in his head, and you even question why would he get so appreciated by his superiors. But as the story develops, you'll very soon find out why he does it. He has very good personal reasons to do so, and he's such actually a lovely role. Complete opposite of the Zhao Youting character's personality, and their clash in itself is dramatic enough to watch, being enemies at the beginning to later becoming kind of collaborator and then eventually become the good bros in the trenches and eventually actually becoming in a way family. By the last episode, you're gonna ship them, okay? For sure. And ship them probably privately in ways that are definitely not intended by the drama, but does not matter. It's lovely to see their performance and their dynamic, and it flows really well, and it has a lot of ups and downs. It has arc, it has development, it has constant surprise and moments that will make you and also laugh happily. Then the Mao Xiaotong character. Her relationship with these two guys are not in the traditional triangle way. Her playing the mid person between these two guys is really interesting, but then her relationship individually with these two are also just really lovely and adorable and juicy. And then that would involve their immediate families, such as Jin Shijia's character's brother and nephew, and then Zhao Youting's character's mother. That makes the whole palette of the story even more complicated and flavorful, because it does not only look at their professional side of life or just romantic relationship. It will look at kinship, and in very complicated, deep, troubled, but also beautiful ways. They all have their little demons to fight against, and then they all, in a way, win at the end. And then they become this pack of three people who are just so tight in both personal relationship, but also professional relationship. Very successful on script level, but also on realization on screen level. After I've watched 38 episodes, I really want to know what happens later. Like, I want the second season of them. That doesn't happen to every drama and every character I come across, and I highly appreciate that. And we're only talking about the main characters here. For the supporting doctors, nurses, you're gonna find a lot of smaller subplot lines of those people that are also very well written. And basically this drama doesn't have even one scene that's wasted. Something gets paid off in every scene. I can only appreciate the hard work that this creative team has put in. Number 3, things on a bigger scale. Everyone knows it's coming, everyone knows it's pervasive, it may not be showing up in every line, but you know it's in the background. The constant discussion of all the complicated and painful things once you get down to human life, human condition, how that tests our capacity. The mental health, the physical health, the strength and the weakness, the sadness and the happiness, the things that make you cry like a baby and things make you so appreciate that you are alive on this planet. All those things in a medical drama, this drama does it so well. I absolutely appreciate the overall very warm, healing undertone when it looks upon constantly super difficult situations. And they masterfully do it without hard selling. As I was watching this drama, I was constantly like, oh my god, this is just so sad, I want to cry. And after that, I just want to keep seeing the drama. It's like, what's happening next? It's never at the point where I feel I have been intentionally exploited by the creatives of this story. They just want my tears and my emotional reaction to get their hashtags, to get their popularity and traffic and view counts, and then just leave me there. I always get very good care, like the ICU in the drama, like the Mao Xiaotong character takes care of a lot of patients. Even when you get hurt, you will also get your wound treated very well. It gives you a very good idea of the current conditions of the medical profession in China, very realistic on a lot of ongoing things, workload of doctors, patients and doctors' relationships, and it does have also a lot of rather interesting discussions about the deeper things of existence, the purpose of life, and what you do with your life if you know certain things are unavoidable. What kind of attitude should you take to spend the rest of your unassured time? The actors do such a good performance to bring that out, and scriptwriting is pretty good also. So overall, this is really the best medical drama I've seen from Chinese Dramaland ever since I started this channel. Yeah, Ningmeng should really pay me for promoting their dramas. Oh, and one final thing I want to add is there are little Easter eggs in this drama that's hidden, referring to other productions done by the same company, Ningmeng, mostly 猎罪图鉴, Under the Skin. So if you are Under the Skin fan, watch this drama and try to catch all the little references they throw. And I mean, they are using repeated actors such as Jin Shijia. You're gonna hear actually coming out of his mouth things that's actually related to Under the Skin, which is really fun. That should conclude my final review on Chinese medical drama, 问心 the Heart. This is stemmed by my mother, and my mother, like I said at the beginning of this video, equals truth. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching and stay healthy!